And good evening, the League of Excellent Extraordinary Negroes. We are back to Mondays because Monday just seems to be the day that works for the most amount of people. Although we have three people today, but
Allegedly.
I I'm appreciative of the three people on the screen, including myself. I'm Jade. That over there is,
Lind Friesen. Hello.
and
I'm Nick.
all right. So, how's everybody doing this evening?
Pretty good.
Tired, but I'm here.
Yeah, we're here.
It's good to see you all. It's been a
Good to
while
see
since
you
I've been.
too.
See you too.
Yeah.
I'm sad that Stephanie is not here because Stephanie is the reason that I actually went into a theater to see this movie because she was so excited about Shang Chi, and now she
I
has
mean,
disappeared
it
today.
was a great cinematic experience for sure.
Mm.
It was. It was.
I think it's definitely worth seeing in theaters.
I feel
So-
robbed. I watched it at home, in the privacy of my home.
Well, here's my question of the day: movie theaters, alive or dead?
Mm-hmm. That's a really good question, Jade. I think that they're like, I mean, clearly they were dead for like almost 2 years because of a pandemic. I think that folks have gotten accustomed to being able to wait for things to come out to watch at their houses. But from what I'm hearing, it seems like folks, I'm not a big movie person anyway, but it seems like a lot of folks did miss that experience. And so I don't think that they are dead yet.
Okay.
But I am not sure how much longer they will sustain. Like if they don't, I don't think they have the staying power they once had because the theater release is now always followed by when it's going to be streamed. Like that's just culture now. So,
Lind?
My
As
answer to that question is that theaters are definitely on life support. They're hanging on by a thread right now. I love the experience of seeing a movie in theaters, but right now it's just a little bit tough, a little bit awkward with this whole pandemic thing.
I mean, it was also so pricey before, like so, which tells me that like when dollar theaters were no longer a dollar, I was like, we're in trouble.
Because you could take a lot of, I mean, I know from the experience of working with kids, you could safely take a whole group of kids to the dollar show and spend an entire afternoon. And when you have to see it at full price, that becomes more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? $5 Tuesdays is the popular thing now, or something?
Yeah, $5 Tuesdays is a big thing now. They're also like AMC, I think, to like kind of combat prices, started like a AMC Pass situation where you could kind of like get a membership to like have lower ticket prices throughout the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And that came with like popcorn and snacks and other perks. So they're when movie theaters move to a membership is I think this is okay.
Right.
Well, my question is why does the food cost so much?
Well, I
Like,
think that's where
why am I paying $10 for?
I think that's where the theater actually makes the money.
Right.
Yes, so.
And I wish Marcus were here because his favorite theater is the Alamo Draft House, which that's a whole different level of experience if you have access.
I watched Frozen 2 at Alamo Draft House.
The salmon Caesar salad is delicious.
Mm.
And you wouldn't expect that from a movie theater.
Mm.
No, these movie theaters that are like cooking food, like they throwing down in the kitchen. Like,
yeah.
I don't know who is back there, but they are cooking for their lives.
Right.
Real chefs.
Well,
some of them have full bars.
Well, Alamo has a full bar. Alamo has a full bar, and when we were going to do Black Panther, now this is very telling also. When we did our very first event was the Black Panther premiere, and we had the Black History program in front of the movie. When we were first working with Alamo Draft House, people weren't really like the people that knew the Black Panther was going to blow up and be a huge thing. But the people that didn't know still, didn't really know. And they had given us full reign to create a menu. So we were creating a menu, and then we were going to be talking to the chefs about what we wanted for the food for our event. But then we got an email a couple of months before the movie actually hit, and there was much more buzz and it was becoming a bigger thing, and they said, oh no, corporate came down with their own menu, so we have to use the corporate menu now because now they've realized that this is a thing. So yeah.
What did you put on the menu that was taken off?
Well, we couldn't use anything that we had. We had
chitlins.
We did not have chitterlings on our menu. It was going to be good, though. It was going to be good. Alas, it was still a great event.
Is Nick's screen frozen?
Lynn, don't draw attention to it. We just got to keep moving. Keep moving.
Okay, so I'm throwing something new at the LXN crew now. So hello, Dougie from Atlanta. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be back on Mondays. Let me know in the comments, anybody watching, movie theaters, alive or dead. And also, I'm going to let the people that are watching, so Dougie, it might be you, because you're the only one commenting right now, to pick the LXN member that gives the best 10-word review or summary of Shang Chi. So, can you describe this movie in 10 words or less?
That was not on the docket.
I know. I just threw it at you.
I appreciated the action, if I may say so.
A summary of Shang Chi in 10 words or less.
What's yours?
I'm giving it.
You're what?
I can't participate.
Man uses magical rings to kick.
Plot twist, right? Say that one more time.
Man uses magical rings to kick a whole lot of.
Okay. Okay.
No,
you just said man. Could be either one. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Well,
dope action sequences, strong family values, and a dragon.
Okay. Dougie, who do you think won? Or did the better job of describing in a summary 10 words or less? Each one was 10 words.
Did like Nick's words.
Yep. I like Nick's actually.
I like this too.
And a dragon.
Yeah.
End of episode. Thank you all so much.
Oh, Dougie said it's a tie.
Thank you, Dougie. Thank you. This is like freestyling right on the spot. Give me a beat. I had 10 words exactly. Like that. And I went first. Thank you.
Well, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I will give them both a prize. You both get a $25 gift certificate to Many Worlds Tavern for coffee. Many Worlds Tavern is one of our kind sponsors of events, and you're going to get some coffee. Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on cross promo. We
That's
famous.
what's up. Let's
What's
go.
up?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So, the man of the hour,
Shang-Chi.
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 When did you know that you were going to like this movie?
Mm.
Or let's assuming that you both do. I feel like you both do.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
Ooh.
I don't know. I had high hopes. Um, I don't think I knew before I went.
Okay.
I knew. I think the bus sequence.
Loved it. I did like that. I did like that.
I think that was the moment when I was like, oh yeah, this is what's up.
Yeah. That was a strong opening.
Yeah.
Very strong. Very.
And that move right there.
Yeah.
I loved Simu's acting in that moment where like you were really thought you were like, oh nah, like he about to get his whole ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he won. It was great.
What's my girl's name? What's
right. So let's go back to,
Yeah.
who is in this movie? Who directed this movie? Oh man, I forgot his name just that fast.
The director,
Destin.
Destin, is it Cretin? Destin Daniel Cretin?
We'll just go with Destin.
We'll call him Destin. Destin, you did a good job. You did a good job.
He did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Jay, can I offer something real quick?
Yes.
I will say this because I believe your question was, when did you know you were going to like this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Prior to coming on the show tonight, I did drink a tall glass of Haterade. I'm not going to say that I knew that I was going to like this movie. I'm not going to say that I've liked the movie. I was entertained at certain points, but like many people, 40 and up, I fell asleep halfway through the movie. I did. I was there for the action, but when they got to talking about stuff, I fell asleep. It happened.
It was long. It was a long movie.
It was.
It didn't feel that long in the theater, though.
I was confused. I was like, those guys were sent there by your father to bring you back to your father's house, and they had to fight you to do that? What's going on here? I'm confused right now.
Well, that's why you have to listen, Lind.
Yeah. I mean, he was.
I was trying to listen.
He was Shu Wen Wu. He was the leader of the 10 Rings.
I did like the fights that happened in that ring and all that stuff. The big green guy, and he punched and it went through the little portal and it came out and punched himself.
Oh, you talking about Wong when he was. Wong.
No,
Wong. It always confuses me because the actor's name is Benedict Wong, and it's like they wouldn't do that, but yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. So, so he was the first cameo in the movie. Spoiler alert: he does come back.
Spoiler alert! A lot of things. Spoiler.
And he's fighting Abomination, which was from Hulk.
Yes, that was Abomination.
That was Abomination. So Abomination is coming. You'll see him again.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I don't like Abomination, but because he's an Abomination.
I love how they all connect. How all the movies, I like that.
And that was a reach because that was the Ed Norton Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't think that they were going to connect it, but
I liked that Hulk.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Yeah, was that Ed Norton? Yeah, that was Ed Norton. Yeah, because what's his name hasn't had one.
Right.
Okay, it was either Ed Norton or.
No, I think you're right.
The new Hulk is the best Hulk, if I may say so. The one that's the smart Hulk too.
Mark Ruffalo.
That's the best Hulk.
I was thinking of Eric Bana, but I don't think Eric Bana. That was a really bad movie.
I love your ability to memorize all these names. I just, it's amazing.
Useless information.
It's a talent, my
It
friend. It's a
it
talent.
just hangs in there. But yeah, Abomination is going to come back. Um, Mark Ruffalo, I do not like him as Smart Hulk. I don't
You
like Smart
don't?
Hulk. I don't like
You don't
Smart
like
Hulk.
him?
No, I have no use for Smart Hulk. Either be what's his name? Whatever his name is.
I thought he was okay.
I was gonna say Eric Bana.
It
That's
is
not his
weird
name.
though, but I thought it was okay.
Or be Hulk. Be one or the other. I don't like them together. Because
But
then
Hulk
where is
smart.
Hulk? Where is Hulk?
Hulk is there. Hulk is just like intelligent.
Yeah, but it's not Hulk's voice. It's not Hulk.
I am smart Hulk.
It's Dr. Banner.
I
I don't
smart.
want to hear Dr. Banner.
It's
I want to hear
It's a
Hulk.
blend of the two personalities clashing with each other to become one man on a mission.
I'm over it. I don't like it. But anyway,
That happened. Sorry for
back to Shang-Chi. So that's what we liked. Criticism. Oh, did I say what I liked? I did like the bus scene.
Mm-hmm.
My next question is going to be what your criticism is. But it was difficult for me to relax in the theater because there were people there. It wasn't full or packed or anything, but I hadn't been to a movie theater since before COVID. So it was really hard for me to relax the first half of the movie. I think I finally like really settled into the space when the dad was in flashbacks in Talo,
Mm-hmm.
and all the trees and the wind and the woman, his mom and all of that. I think that's when I was like, oh, okay, I'm in a movie. Be in the movie.
And that scene was beautiful. That scene was beautiful. Everything with Talo was just so gorgeous.
Yes.
The forest stuff was exceptionally gorgeous. The movement of the trees and all that. I don't know how they did that. How do you do that?
CGI.
And they built a set. All of that is practical set.
They did that.
They did.
It was dope.
It was super dope. Going off the cliff. I'm like, wow.
The effects were awesome.
Wow. Yeah. So, I thought I did.
Yes.
No. There you go.
Yeah.
She messed him up.
She did.
A lot of women did.
In all the ways.
Without even really breaking a sweat. Like,
right.
It's just a Tuesday.
She didn't even touch it.
I'm not even immortal. So, criticism.
Just when I was starting to talk positively about this experience, there was just some confusing things that happened. Like, why are you sending your hitman to go beat up your son to simply have him come back to your house? No, I'm the only one confused about that.
Yeah, I mean, they explain it all.
They do. But that after all of the other scenes and realizing who the leader of the 10 Rings is, I mean, he was a bad man.
He was not a good person.
For 1,000 years.
I mean, bad. I feel like that's like the main reason that he's just like a bad dude. Like, he doesn't know how to achieve anything without violence.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he wanted his kids to come home. Like, they have been gone for so long. But that's what I meant by like the like family value of it all, because I thought it was an interesting, very interesting origin story. And like watching Shang Chi like go on this like journey with his father that he had like kind of like forgotten about for like decades, or at least like a decade and a half.
Mhm.
It's just really interesting to me. My criticism of the movie, I don't like honestly, I really don't have much bad to say. I had a good time. I do have some thoughts on Aquafina, but that's I don't know if that's about the movie as much as it is about her as a
I liked Aquafina. You didn't like
person.
Aquafina? No.
I thought she was great in the movie.
Mm.
Um, I thought that she was an interesting, like,
Choice.
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Comic relief.
No, the normal person. There's a technical word I'm not finding right now, but she was kind of like the
Oh.
person that was there to ask the questions. I mean, maybe her text. I feel like the script could have been a little stronger. And the straight person. She was the straight man. But she was a straight
Right.
person in this movie, where she was asking all the questions.
That the audience would be asking.
Yeah, like so she was like the person that we could track all of the all of the all the questions that come up, like what, why is your dad trying to kill you, what you can fight, what you can do, like, and so I think that maybe her text could have been a little stronger, but so could her character as a person. So
You know, I think she's probably the only criticism that I really have, but I appreciated that it wasn't the Aquafina show.
right.
They
Yeah.
definitely like this is your role. This is what you do. All the other time you just stand over there. Because she has a very big personality.
She
And
definitely does.
and I don't particularly care for a lot of what she does. I have a lot of feelings about Aquafina. But I was appreciative that it was tempered. It was like, just stay here, just right here. I don't need to see her in any other Marvel movies, though.
And
Well,
that
she
was
will
her
be there.
first one, wasn't it?
Yes, she'll be
Because
back.
Like now she's in the universe, and you know, and
that is true.
we learned that she's gonna essentially be on these journeys with him.
I know.
What else has she been? She was in Crazy Rich Asians, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oceans, one of those Oceans movies. Yeah. Oh,
I
she was in
didn't. Or I didn't keep watching that.
Oceans 8.
Yeah, I didn't keep watching.
Yeah.
And then she had her own show, and then she has a background in
And she's been in a lot of stuff.
hip hop and comedy, right? I think was she a comedian? She's a
Yes.
comedian.
I think she is.
She's a
Yeah.
comedian.
Oh, she was in
She's a
Raiders.
comedian. Linda's just going to give us a full list now.
Yeah, I'm she's in a lot of stuff.
She has, but I think that it's interesting that now that she's reached this level in her career, she's doing that Marky Mark thing. Like, oh, that was, I'm over here now.
Yeah, let's break down the controversy. So she was a comedian that was known for and in her film roles was kind of known as being this random Asian girl that had an affectation of Black folks. So she just got a reputation as being like Black acting for some reason, which she kind of silently let go of. And the controversy came back. Oh, she tweeted something. I can't remember. Oh, I think she tweeted something about Asian representation. Which that was the other thing I loved about the movie is that there was like massive Asian representation all across the board of all different types of folks, and it was super awesome. But someone responded to her and was like, so, since you want to talk about accurate representation, are you going to apologize for the years that you spent speaking in Black voice to advance your career? And she didn't really respond there, but she did have an interview in which her response was, It's very complicated, but I am open to the discussion, which was a weird answer in an interview where they're asking you to have the discussion. So she still really hasn't addressed that. And I can tell that she feels maybe not bad about it, but definitely embarrassed by it. But yeah, I just the like non-interview answer questions are like your publicist, your team should have already had an answer for you. So the fact that and if that was the answer, you need a new publicist. Because if someone is like, can we talk about this thing? And you're like, it's complicated, but I'm open to the discussion, then you're not open to the discussion because then you would have had it. So, and there is no discussion. You just were, I mean, I think it's fair for people to say, especially in an entertainment career, I definitely did some things that I'm not super proud of. I mean, this week, Eddie Redmayne just came out and said that he should not have played a transgender woman in his film, which is true. In the middle of August of 2020, Zoe Saldana came out and said that it was a mistake to play Nina Simone. We can have another discussion about how we feel about those late apologies when people were telling you something from the beginning. But I mean, it's when you are an entertainer and you're trying to make your mark and you're trying to get that film and you're trying to do that thing that's going to get you the award or get you the next job, like there are sacrifices and bad decisions that people make all the time. So I think that she just needs to address it and just say like,
own up to
yeah, I'm embarrassed by doing it, but like it got me work and I feel bad for taking whatever space that took and I apologize for it now. I would never do it again. But like, just say whatever it is. Like, I don't think that we need to tiptoe around it. So,
and her name is still
that's your news update from me.
Thank you for the news update, Nick.
Chevy.
But that was the controversy, and a lot of that came out at the beginning of the press tour for Shang Chi, and when they asked her the question, she was just like, I'm really open to that. Like, please don't ask me any more questions about me doing blackface, like But she did it. She did it for a long time.
A long time. I mean, that's what she was known for.
Right. That was her bread and butter. And her name is still Aquafina. So until she, I don't know if she's ever going to be on the right side.
How do you live that down? Gracious.
Yeah. It was something. So, love or hate? You have one love or one hate?
I like the action. That's all I can really say. I don't know about the story, but it was good action.
You'll get the rest of the story when you watch the rest of the movie.
I will do it right after this show. Right after this show.
I loved the I said representation before, but with that, like the inclusion of culture. Like it wasn't just like we're putting folks on the screen. Like they really took their time to infuse culture from, I believe it was like various different Asian cultures that they kind of like put together to kind of like build the world that we were living in. But I mean, all of them were clearly celebrated and the people were celebrated and they were really in control of the story, which I thought was super cool.
I loved the fact that it seemed like their Black Panther. All things that you would want to see.
I'll give you that.
That you don't necessarily have to explain to everybody. Like I love the fact that when they went to the warehouse and the fights were happening, that
Mhm.
she said, "Well, I don't speak Mandarin." And the guy was like, "Oh, that's okay. I speak ABC." And I was like, "What is ABC?
Yes.
What does
Yeah.
that mean? What does that mean?" And they don't explain it
Mhm. Nope.
because it wasn't for me.
Right.
Mm.
That was for
Right.
the other people in the audience that are of Asian descent that know exactly what that means and can go, "Oh,
Yep.
they said that, they did that." That was for them. I looked it up. American born Chinese. I speak American born Chinese.
Oh.
Right. Like, so yeah, I
Well,
love
Roman,
that.
I didn't know that.
I also watched quite a few interviews. Well, actually Disney has the behind the scenes thing that they do now after the movies. So you can just see all the behind the scenes stuff. And the director Destin, he talked about doing something that was authentic to his experience.
Mhm.
And and it was really interesting that he talked about being an American born Chinese and going back to China and feeling the disconnect, that
Mhm.
he goes and he appreciates, he understands his history, he understands his culture, but he's still not connected when he's in America. eh. But that's more of who he is. So I appreciated them having that kind of a conversation in the movie, knowing that that is the experience of so many American born Chinese or Asian people. I love that.
Mhm.
And the I don't remember if he was the cinematographer or the person doing producing the music and the soundtrack. I think it was the guy that was doing the soundtrack, and he was American born Chinese, and he said that I think he was, but he said that he's always done music for other people. Never didn't realize he had never done anything to reflect his cultural heritage. This was the
Yeah.
first opportunity that he had to do that. And I was like, that is beautiful. Like, we had our Black Panther. Now everybody needs to have their own, cultural
Mhm.
experience. And if we got to do it in the Marvel universe, then do it in the Marvel universe because they got all the money in the world.
And I mean, I think it's the best place to do it. I think like the narrative of changing the face of the hero is very important. I think
Mm-hmm.
that especially with the access that Marvel has to people's homes through Disney now, it's important. Um, and I mean, the characters exist. Like
Right.
Stan was Batman.
Right.
So so like Stan wrote something for everyone, like
That,
genuinely.
that's
Mm.
that's Shang Chi. Now, his dad's role and some other people's roles in the original comic are problematic, which they addressed in reshaping and reforming that whole
Hmm.
story to
Hmm.
fit what they needed it to do. I think that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
You
And
know, I've got to say, I just looked up Aquafina's bio, and
oh God,
in her bio, it refers to her as being an American actress and rapper.
yeah,
Yep.
What?
yeah. I mean, you can go on YouTube and find.
That's your girl, Lind. I mean, I
Yeah,
have
right.
no issue with her being a rapper. That's her being a rapper is neither here. Everybody can rap. It's fine.
Does she have bars? I mean,
It's
like, can she rap?
That's for you to decide.
Whew.
yeah. I mean, you
The
don't have to do that
expressions
research
on
yourself.
your faces said a lot there. That little 3 seconds, it said a lot. A
I
little,
mean,
little
you
bit of
just gonna have to
shock,
do the
a
research
little bit of
yourself.
disgust,
I
a little bit of
mean,
concern.
Listen, you
depends,
can
depends
in
on
here
what
and
kind
say
of
that
rap
your
you want
favorite
to
part of the
hear.
movie was your homegirl Aquafina, and you don't know nothing about her career. That's sad. How's she your favorite girl?
I didn't say she was my favorite girl. I
Oh.
didn't say she was my favorite girl. I just said I don't mind her.
Also, I so I love
I'm so done.
I am so appreciative of Asian culture. I'm just gonna keep going because y'all.
Go ahead.
Anyway, this Aquafina mess. Um, I'm so appreciative of Asian culture. My name is Jade.
Jade
So
has
I
had
grew
it.
up. I grew up,
appreciative of it as well.
I mean, anyway, but anytime I can see a foo dog shaking their fur and a dragon, come on.
Mhm.
I didn't make it to the dragon part. Was there a real dragon?
Oh my,
Yes, Lint. There's a
Oh
whole
my goodness
dragon
gracious!
there are foo
comes
dogs.
out of the water.
There are
Oh, for real? It's all that? Like a
there are nine-tailed
Can
foxes.
it talk? Can the
The
dragon
dragon
talk?
had no wings. Dragon had no wings. It was just like slithering because it was a
the
water
dragon like,
dragon.
no, I am a dragon.
No, there was no talking dragon.
There was no talking. Like dragons
No.
don't need no words.
No,
Just-
this
It was dope.
real,
It was a really dope sequence. Now, I will say though that sequence was really cool. I felt like there were
Oh no!
I felt like there were a few more things that the dragon could have done. I felt like I feel like the dragon has more moves than you're showing me right now.
Well,
I like
mean,
dragons.
we might see the
And
dragon.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because the dragon's gonna come back and really wow me later.
Were they Game of Thrones
or
dragons?
what?
They were better.
Oh, stop it!
Yeah.
You watch your mouth now. You saying a lot.
I mean,
they were better than the Game of Thrones dragons.
Drago. I mean, come on. Game of Thrones. Better.
Is this recorded? Like, can I go back and reference this later? Is this recorded?
This is not recorded, Land. Of course, it's recorded. It's on YouTube.
YouTube. You heard it here first. Jade said
yeah.
that the dragon singular, not plural, the dragon in this movie was better than the Game of Thrones dragons.
Oh, yeah, I will stand by that.
Oh, okay.
Because of what this dragon symbolized and what it did.
It was a real Chinese dragon.
Right.
Asian dragon. Excuse me. It was a real Asian dragon.
Right. I think it would be safe to assume Chinese since. Yeah. Okay. So we did likes, we did criticisms, we did loves. There were no hates. I mean, there was a little hate, but
concern, a little bit of concern here and there.
Lots of concern. That there were
lots
dragons.
Of concern, but
and there were dragons. So, I gotta find the graphic. Man, I have not done this in so long.
You got a graphic for the dragon?
I do not have a graphic for the dragon.
Come on, get your graphics together here, Jade.
I
don't
have a graphic of the dragon, and I don't think I have that. What is yours? Oh, because it's not in that place. What's your score?
Okay, hold on.
And how is our movie? Oh, there it is.
1 is low, 5 is high. What is your score? And in the chat, what is your score?
Oh, 5. It caps off at a 5, huh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would give it a 4. And I think that one point is probably just some pacing stuff. I feel like some things lasted a little too long. I feel like some things were a little too short that I could have dealt with, like spent some more time on. But I mean, overall, I really enjoyed my time. I thought it was a really great watch. I think that, like I said, it was very referent to Asian culture. I thought the characters were pretty across the board, fleshed out in ways that I didn't expect. So yeah, I'd give it a 4.
Okay. Lynn?
You know, from what I saw, it was okay. It was okay.
So based on the first half,
I'd have to come in at probably about a 3. Action was everything for me, but the storyline didn't really pull me in like it's pulled in a lot of other people. I'm willing to give it another try, you know. Yeah. But I've seen some really good other movies here in the last week, you know. The Harder They Fall was definitely amazing. And
Yeah,
you
we
know,
talked about that a couple weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
It was good.
it was. It's Oscar worthy.
So you say
Yeah.
3 for the first half of the movie. So you go have
Maybe
you're
3.5 to be nice. You know.
okay. But I want you to go back into the comment, and then once you finish watching it, tell us what your score
Oh, I
is.
definitely will. I
Yeah,
definitely will.
yeah.
Especially considering that you're telling me there's dragons that are better than Game of
Foo
Thrones
dogs,
dragons.
nine-tailed foxes,
Nine-tailed
and
foxes. I like
dragons.
those. Wow.
See, my mother named me after
The Jade Fox.
no, the books that she used to read as a kid that dealt with a lot of ancient Chinese culture and story, and Pearl S. Buck, who's problematic, but that my mother was born in 1931. So those were the kinds of things that she read. She read a lot of Chinese fantasy.
Mm.
And that's where
Mm.
my name comes from. So
Nice.
knowing that, I read a lot of that when I was young, and I love that sort of fantasy. Um, so anytime nine-tailed foxes, food dogs, and dragons, that's a 5.
I mean, I
Just
could have,
those
but
elements.
I think that's part. I think that's one of the things that I could have had more time on. We saw them like in passing.
Mhm.
And I wish that we got. I would. I mean, the world. It was just so pretty. It was so beautiful. Like
Right.
I could have spent at least one more scene just like looking around there.
Mm.
Definitely watch the Disney, whatever they call the behind the scenes, because that's a practical set that they built. And when they said that they were going to set, they didn't say they were going to set. They said we're going to Talo or whatever it was called,
Mm.
because it felt like a real city. Even Ben Kingsley was saying that some of the architecture in the houses that they built, he was like, nobody's going to see that in the corners. Nobody's going to see that. But
Mm.
I see it as an actor, and it puts me in a different space.
Mm.
So I thought that attention to detail was beautiful. And this it's ultimately a story about family and
Mm-hmm.
relationships, and this
Mhm.
father and this son. And I love the end.
Mm-hmm.
I love the end.
I like the
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah, you'll get it when you finish watching.
I am on
But
it. I am 100% on it.
that man right there,
Bad
I
dude.
I need to go back and watch everything he's ever been in.
Oh, the acting was so good.
There's a
Was it Michelle Yeoh? Was that the auntie's name?
yes.
Yes.
You know, I love an auntie. And I thought that she was amazing. I thought her performance was great. I thought that Simu Liu did a great job. Um,
And this is his first movie.
yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was
all
great.
right.
All right. Well, let's
Yeah,
see.
that's a pretty nice cast.
We've answered all of the questions. What you got going on, and where can we find you? Start with Nick.
Thanks, Jade. NickWickham.com. The come up with NickWickham.com. I have not made a new episode of The Come Up in a very long time, but there are plenty of episodes for you to enjoy on my YouTube. There's a lot. There are a lot of episodes. I was doing an episode a week starting in April 2020. So if you aren't caught up with that, you can check them out. And if you are caught up, go listen to them again. They're really great. We're coming back soon, I promise. I don't know when or how, but it's going to happen. I am currently in Kansas City, Missouri, starring as Patrick Starr in the world premiere of the Theater for Young Audience production of the SpongeBob musical. We are in our third week of performances at the Coterie Theater. So yeah, if you're in the area, come check us out in Bikini Bottom. It's going really well. Got to get reviews. Audience has been awesome. And you can find all that info on my website, nickwickham.com.
Great. Lind,
Outstanding.
what you got going, and where can we find you?
For myself, I currently am in Omaha, Nebraska, North Omaha, Nebraska, far north Omaha, Nebraska.
Not North Downtown?
Area.
You're not in North Downtown?
No. I am far. Matter of fact, I'm so far north that 2 blocks over that way, that's the end of Omaha.
You are very close to the river.
Yes. I am. I'm very close to the river. I'm currently inside of my photography studio, which I've just opened on 30th and State Street, right next to Harold's Coffee. Come on down, come see me. Specialize in portraits and short films. Life is good. Just enjoying life. You can find my company online at frizenandcompany.com.
Okay. So our goal is to come back next Monday. I think we're going to be talking about Passing.
Ooh.
Because it's been out on Netflix for a minute. And we have to get ready for Hawkeye. Hawkeye starts on the 24th, and I know that we wanted to cover that. So I think we're going to talk about Passing next week and then go into some more series reviews. So if you have suggestions of things that you are watching and you want to talk about them, let us know. Other than that, I think that's it. Thank you all for hanging out with us, and Dougie for being in the chat. Nick, yes.
What's going on at the house?
Oh, I didn't say what's going on with the house. Well, Giving Tuesday is coming up November 30th. So as you are looking to donate to nonprofits, the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls is a 501c3. Please make your charitable donations at afroscapescurls.com, and you can find all of the links. We also have story times on Saturdays, not this next Saturday because of Thanksgiving, but story time is going well. We did just have a game night this past Saturday. We'll have another one the third Saturday in December, which is the 18th. That will also be our community read. We read a book together, or choreo poem or short piece. And last year we read The Black Snowman, and it was a beautiful experience.
Oh, nice.
There were tears. It wasn't just me. So we have all of that going on. And we will have some discussion series for the book 1619. That is coming up. So the 1619 project book, we will have a series of discussions, and I think we're just going to go chapter by chapter. So it will probably be a year-long conversation.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I love that you're going to do that. I should get a copy so I can follow. It's been on my list, so I gotta get that. And if we're gonna do chapter by chapter, that's my pace. That's my pace of reading. I ain't got time. That's great.
Yes. That came as a suggestion from people that have attended our courses in the House Community School. It came out and they were like, "Are you going to do this?" It's like, I wasn't planning on it. And like, "No, we need to do this." It's like, okay, so we'll do it.
Jade, I told you about that other project I'm working on with the Black Midwest. I told you about that? Yes. Matter of fact, everybody check out blackmidwest.com. It is a series of short films that are coming together to make a really outstanding documentary that goes back and talks about all kind of the unheard stories that have taken place within the Midwest that have affected African Americans. It's an amazing project. Blackmidwest.com.
Awesome. All right, we're going to get tapped into that. All right, so there's a lot going on. So we will see you next Monday. Have a happy Thanksgiving. The itis, don't let it get you.
What's going to get you? Won't get you.
All right, good night.